Hi to all. So this is part 2 of my cheating scandal videos. And I have a friend with me who wants to remain anonymous, but has quite a few valuable insights in regards to aimbots, the history of anti-cheating, and how things may progress in the future regarding this whole issue. So here we are, and how you doing?
Good, and you?
Yeah, very good, thanks. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us about this scandal. And yeah, it's just it's a really sad thing that's happening, because these people spend such a fortune creating such an in-depth game with so much, it's just like the best game in the world, Battle Royale, 50 million subscribers, it's huge. And something like this comes along to spoil the fun for everyone, it's insane.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's a problem which is quite common with FPS games mainly, but it also happens with other games. A lot of those cheats are often developed in China first, because they have some really good reverse engineers who can look at the game and develop cheats very quickly. So often you would have a lot of cheats from China arriving on the market, because the reason you see so many cheaters is, unlike 15 years ago where you could find some cheats or aimbots hanging around on the internet if you do a quick search. No, it's actually a business. So you'd have those cheat makers who would be building cheats and selling them. And for that, they can make quite a lot of money, actually. A few years ago, I think in 2016, at the Steam conference,
Yeah.
one developer from Easy AntiCheat came on stage to kind of break down what's a cheat, what they do for anti-cheats, and how it became an actual business now. There's a lot of companies selling cheats that are making over $1 million a year.
Wow,
So
that's
a
horrendous.
pretty big business, yeah.
Oh, it's so sad. I mean, what is the point of cheating? It's really destroying the fun for everyone. It didn't really, at first I thought to myself, oh great, another cheating scandal, but then I got killed by someone who was blatantly a cheater, and it just riled me up completely, and it was like, well, what is the point? It's fine for plunder, for example, but if you're playing Battle Royale, right, you die, you don't respawn, that's it, game over, you're out of the game. So it's just it's not fun, and I hope that Activision does something about this. Yeah.
You're talking about Battle Royale in Call of Duty Warzone, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, I know Epic Games are hammering down on these cheaters. I mean, there's news of them filing a lawsuit against a 14-year-old, which I find quite hilarious.
Yeah.
The poor kid didn't know what was coming, but then again, don't cheat,
Yeah, well, they're pretty aggressive with those things. They have a few lawsuits. There's also some streamers who have been caught cheating. That's also a known thing. During esports competition, some people cheat from time to time. That's why building anti-cheat became an actual thing and more important. I'm pretty sure you used to play Counter-Strike when you were younger, right?
Yeah.
And you probably have seen those screenshots, or even have ever used some of those cheats where you would have the wall hack, so you know where people are behind the walls.
Yeah.
And those games, if you get if you give some headshots, it goes straight and that's it,
Yeah.
So that's all some companies BattleEye got created because there was a need for anti-cheats.
Yes.
In the FPS world, and especially now with those esport competitions, because we see prizes going up and up. A few months ago, I mean, probably last year, the Fortnite World Cup was price was a few million, $3 or $4 million. So we're talking about significant cash prizes. And so those companies Easy AntiCheat, developed by Camus, they got acquired 2 years ago by Epic Game when Fortnite was really popular. So because same thing, they had issues even though they're already a customer of Easy AntiCheat. If you look at Fortnite, they would use like both BattlEye and Easy AntiCheat. In the case of Call of Duty, I'm not sure what they're using, but they may be using like some custom anti-cheats routine, you know. But they have a lot of customers, and even for private servers on Counter-Strike, you would see if the server is protected, for instance. So meaning, does it have an anti-cheat running?
Right.
Because it can either be like client side, but also server side. It's becoming more and more complex, and like because it's an actual business where like cheat makers can sell subscriptions, they spend more and more time on it, and it becomes more and more complex for both like the attackers and the defenders.
So my question to you is, you actually built an aimbot before, and I was just wondering, what is the process of building one? How does that work? And what are the advantages of using one? You know, what are the given advantages that you may have by using an aimbot?
I mean, the given advantage is
kills,
every
obviously.
bullet you put is a headshot, you know. It's like, but the main reason I was looking at it was mainly for like research purpose, because I really wanted to know how it works. And back then, I was also interested in understanding. It was an aimbot for like Fortnite, so I really wanted to know like how Unreal Engine was working. Because I think it's a really good like game engine, and it has a lot of potential. Now you can see like they're supporting so many like platforms. So it was mainly for like intellectual curiosity, not for selling any. And for that, I mean, overall it's quite simple. So you would need to extract information from the game to know where the other players are, so you can move your mouse and shoot a headshot, right?
Yes.
But from a technical aspect, you know, on how it works and how you proceed, especially when you don't know anything about aimbot and you never wrote any, it's a bit more complicated, because you would need to have some skills like reverse engineering, and you need to know like some basics about game development, because you're gonna dive deep down into the game engine to be able to retrieve those information. There is also a very active like cheating community in terms of like development wise. So for instance, there are forums like UC, unknown cheats, where people will like share information about games and protections, bypass. But funny enough, a lot of the techniques used by those cheats are also very similar techniques used by malwares.
Hey, to all, thank you for listening to part 2 of the Cheating Scandal series. Part 3 is going to be up tomorrow or after tomorrow, so if you don't have anything to do, please hit the like button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.